Hi, and thanks for joining me today. I'm Jennifer Morgan. I'm the Hunter Education Coordinator for the New Mexico Department of Game and Fish. And today I'm going to show you some simple steps on how to safely transport your firearm while hunting. You can follow along with me on page 50 in your Hunter Education Manual. If you don't have a manual, you can download one for free at the link provided. Okay. So when packing up for your next hunting adventure, it's important to have the knowledge and skills to safely and legally transport your firearm while hunting. The tips I'm going to share with you in this segment should be applied anytime you're transporting your firearm when hunting. So before we get started, let's cover and review a few of the basic firearm safety rules. Rule number 1, always treat your firearm as if it were loaded. Rule number 2, always maintain proper muzzle control at all times and never point the muzzle at something you do not intend to harm. Rule number 3 is never put your finger on the trigger. With this, it's also important to make sure that you get in the good habit of putting the safety on your firearm. Safeties are important to use, however, they should never be fully trusted. A safety is a mechanical device that can fail. It's really important to get in a good habit of using your safety, but never fully trust it. Fully trust following your firearm safety rules. Before I start handling my firearm, I always like to preload my gun case into my vehicle first. That way my hands can be free to safely handle my firearm. Now before I go to place my firearm into my gun case, I'm going to double check that nobody has entered my safe zone. That way I have a safe direction to point my muzzle. So nobody's in my safe zone. I'm going to take my firearm with care off my shoulder. I'm now going to make sure my firearm is clear again. All right, nothing in the chamber. Going to remove my magazine. Make sure there's no ammunition in the magazine. For an extra measure of safety, I like to remove the bolt. Now, some bolt-action rifles may require you to put your finger on the trigger to release that bolt. If that's the case with your gun, make sure that you have double-checked your surroundings, that nobody has entered any of your safe zones, and that you have triple-checked that your firearm is clear and that you've removed that magazine before committing your finger into that trigger to release that bolt. So I'm going to double check. It's always a good habit to always double check your firearm. Nobody's entered my safe zone in front of my vehicle. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my rifle in my case with my bolt. And we're done with the hard case. So now I'm going to show you a different type of gun case with a different type of firearm. All the same safety rules still apply. So first, before I decide to put my firearm into my gun case in the vehicle, I'm going to make sure that all my safe zones are clear so I can have a safe place to point my muzzle. I'm going to double check to make sure no ammunition is left inside this firearm. Okay, I've already double checked it before I brought it out here, but it's always a good habit to double check it again before you put it in your gun case. So I'm going to look inside the chamber here. Make sure it's clear. I'm going to pump the action a few times to make sure there's no ammunition left in that magazine. Double check it again that that's clear. Safe zone is still clear. I'm going to commit that muzzle into my gun case. All right, and that's how you do a soft-sided gun case. So now what do you do with your ammunition? Well, some cases will allow you to store your ammunition safely locked inside the gun case. So with my hard-sided case, I have plenty of room to do that. So I can just put the box right inside, close and latch it. Obviously, this soft-shelled case is not going to allow me to store this box of shells. So what I normally do is I'll put it in my pack, or I'll find a safe, secure place to put it inside my vehicle. When you get to your hunting area, you're going to follow these same steps when uncasing your firearm from your vehicle, and always remember to follow the firearm safety rules. These same rules also apply when transporting a firearm on an off-highway vehicle or in a boat. I highly recommend that you view the short video How to Safely Transport Firearms, offered by huntered.com at the link provided. Thanks again for following along with us this week. Leave us a comment below on what type of gun case you like to use and why, and we'll see you next time.